Hi, Facebook. How is everybody doing today? I am doing better than I was yesterday. Yesterday actually, most of the day I was fine, but then at the end of the day I got myself all kind of worked up, and I then was kind of grumpy and probably not very much fun to be around after that. So I'm just going to wait a couple minutes, hopefully not that long, just to give people time to hop on. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to share this video on some of my other pages. So while I'm doing that, I'll just kind of get started a little bit. I don't know if any of you guys have watched the video yesterday, but I was just kind of worked up and having a pity party for myself about all the things that I have to do. And that doesn't serve me at all. It doesn't serve me, it doesn't serve my family, and it really just doesn't do any of us any good. All right, if you are hopping on, I want you to say hi. For some reason, they must have changed things. I can't see who's joining all of the time. Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see here. Okay, well, we'll just go ahead and get started because I don't like to have to wait around at the beginning of videos for the goods. So let's just go ahead. Okay, so yesterday I was kind of in a funk. I was focusing. My video yesterday was about focusing on the wrong thing, which is really interesting because actually I was spending the whole evening focusing on the wrong things. I was focusing on all of the things that weren't going right and kind of beating myself up for that, which is exactly the opposite of what I am striving to do. If you've watched any of the previous videos, I am doing a 100-day Facebook Live challenge. I am on day 15, so I'm 2 weeks in. Feeling really, really good and excited about my consistency and getting on here. It's much less scary now than it was. I feel like I'm actually opening up a little bit more, and I'm reaching new people. I've got lots of new likes on my page. I'm getting some engagement, some likes, some shares, and that's awesome. So it feels really good today to be really focused on the people who are showing up, who are listening, and who are liking what I have to say. But one of the other things that I have committed to is loving myself unconditionally, which means that yesterday, instead of beating myself up for a lot of these things, these thoughts, these feelings that I was having, I was more just resisting it. And what I noticed, if you're joining, say hi. What I noticed is that being in that space was, I don't know how to put this. Later in the evening, I had an opportunity to feel better. We were talking about a trip that we're planning, we want to be taking, and I started to feel better. And when I noticed I started feeling better, I immediately wanted to stop and be angry again. Which was very interesting to me. It's like, why would I want to stay in this negative space if I'm naturally starting to feel better? So anyway, so this is what was going on for me yesterday. I was focusing on all of the wrong things. I was focusing on all of the things that I have to do around the house. I have to run my kids to the camp that they're in. And of course, they're in different ones, so it's at different times. So 4 times during the day, I had to leave the house, run and either drop them off or pick them up. And I've had to do that all week. The laundry needed to be done. Dishes, lunch needed to be made. Work needs to be done. I also need to be working on my business. So I didn't feel like dealing with this yesterday, but today I'm able to see a lot more clearly what was going on there. Now, Hi, Myra. So I was focusing on all of the things that I have to do around here. Now today, looking at it with fresh eyes, I can be very honest with myself about what has to be done. And the truth is, I don't have to do any of it. I don't have to do the dishes. I can just let them pile up and be dirty and wait for somebody else to do them or not. You know, maybe they all be dirty. I don't have to run my kids around to their activities. I don't have to sign them up for activities. I don't even have to feed them lunch if I choose not to. Being very honest with yourself about the things you choose to do is going to make you feel much more empowered, and it's going to really let you see clearly the circumstance for what it is. So I choose to bring my kids to their camp. I choose to sign them up and pay for them to do these fun things. I also choose to wash the dishes or load the dishwasher. I choose to feed them lunch, but I don't have to do those things. Now, I know a lot of you will want to argue with me about it, but the thing is, there are choices. We just might not like the choices that we have. Now, if I didn't want to feed my kids, I don't have to. I could tell them they have to find stuff for themselves. I could just let them go hungry. I mean, that happens. People do that. That's not something I want to choose to do. I choose to make them lunch. Another thing I've been beating myself up about is adjusting to the summer schedule. Since school has been out, it's been crazy busy around here. I haven't had one normal week or normal day, and I've been really caught up in this. You know, I should have time to work. I need time to work. I need this much time to work, that I don't work well when my day's broken up. Then also the guilt that comes along with being home but working, and the kids are home and not spending time with them, but then feeling compelled to wanting to spend time with them, but then how much time. So it's like a balance game, and I just decided that I need to just give myself time and give myself grace and love myself through this transition. They're adjusting to summer. I'm adjusting to summer. The weather's been terrible. It's been raining pretty much the whole time. And we're just adjusting, and that's okay. It's going to happen. Now, I also have choices when it comes to working. I could kind of leave them to their own devices for the entire day. I could hire somebody to watch them. I could go somewhere else. I could work anywhere. I can work anywhere. That's the deal. That is why one of the reasons why I wanted to have my own business. So it's been all of my own thoughts that have been kind of keeping me trapped in this. I have to, I don't have a choice, all of these things. So be very careful when you're talking about the things that you have to do, and be really honest with yourself. Do I have to do them? There's actually nothing that you have to do. Nothing. Now, whether you do it or you don't do it, there's going to be consequences, good or bad or otherwise. So, maybe you feel like you have to do something because you don't like the consequences of not doing it, like paying your bills. You don't have to pay your bills. There are people who do not pay their bills. Now, you might not want your electricity to get turned off, so you pay your bills in order to prevent the consequences of not paying them. And that's totally fine. But know that you are choosing to pay that bill. You don't have to. It's a choice. You're choosing to because you like the benefits of having the electricity, and you don't want the consequence of it being turned off. So that's how I've been dealing with my, mommy blues about having to do things around the house and cart them around and all these things. Now, honestly, truthfully, today is even busier. I have to do some extra running for them. And today I'm feeling fine about it. Not one hard, bad feeling. And I'm not stressed or worried or overwhelmed like I have been. And so that just goes to show that it's really just a thought, and it's not actually the dishes. It's not actually the work. It's not the laundry that are giving me, this negative feeling. It's just my thoughts. And I have the power to look at my thoughts, to choose my thoughts, and to decide how I want to feel. I don't want to feel like I have to do these things and that it's a big chore and that, I'd rather be doing something else. So today feels much better by me being honest with myself about the choices that I have. The laundry doesn't have to get done. The dishes don't have to get done. The kids don't need to be fed. They don't need to go to their camp. I don't have to work specific hours. I don't have to be in a specific place to work. So that feels just so much better to me. Now, the other thing I promised to talk about today was procrastination. So I have been really good about not procrastinating things lately, but today I find myself procrastinating, which is funny because I've just been complaining about how I want to have time to work. So I have time to work, and what am I doing? I am not doing the work that I'm supposed to be doing. So what I'm supposed to be doing, I talked to my coach today, and she encouraged me to do all of the technical stuff for my webinar before I focus on the content. The content I already have, I just need to organize and make my slides. The stuff that she wants me to start with is the technical stuff, where I'm going to host the webinar, writing the emails that go out, creating the page to sign up for it, all of these things. A lot of those things I do know how to do, but some of the things that are going to require a little bit of research and a little bit of learning. And instead of working on that today, I've been kind of checking out Facebook and telling myself that I'm moving forward by, participating in some of the groups that I'm in and posting in the group that I run, and just letting myself get distracted with things. And I know that's that's happening, but I kept doing it. So I knew I just had to kind of stop what I was doing, take a break from the computer, hop on here, and kind of just tell you guys all what's been going on. So procrastination, that's so funny because I've seen like 3 or 4 videos on procrastination in the last day or two. And one of them was from my coach. And I wrote it down. I wish I had it with me. So my coach, Staceys Smith, did a video a few days ago that I just watched today because I'm procrastinating. I'm going through watching videos. And she said that, let's see, when you procrastinate, what did she say? I'm going to have to find it. So I'm going to take a walk and I'm going to keep talking. So the thing that we do when we procrastinate is that we procrastinate because we're afraid of the outcome if we do the thing. So if I start working on this webinar and I put everything I have into it, I spend lots of time on it, maybe nobody will show up. And then I'll have done all of that for nothing. So instead, I procrastinate, okay, sorry about that. Okay, so by procrastinating, I'm just making that come true. Nobody is going to show up if I procrastinate, and I never do never put the work in for the webinar. If I never create it, nobody can reject me. But I'm just rejecting myself. Okay, so here is what Stacy said, and I thought it was brilliant, and I wrote it down, and I'm going to send it to her so she knows how brilliant she is when she's doing her videos. So she says, when you procrastinate, you reject the future you want. Truth. You reject the future you want when you procrastinate. What is the reason you're procrastinating? It always boils down to fear. You're afraid of something. You're afraid of the outcome. You're afraid of being rejected or it not going perfectly or failing. Thank you, Myra, for all the love. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So what are you procrastinating in your life? And why are you procrastinating? What are you afraid of? What is the fear behind it? And just know that by procrastinating, you are choosing to reject the future you want, the outcome you want. You'll never have it if you keep procrastinating and you don't go for it. Be brave. Be brave. Be willing to be rejected by others, but don't ever reject yourself and your dreams and your goals. You have to be your own best friend. You have to have your own back. You're the only one who's going to be with you for your whole life. You are going to always be with yourself, and you need to be your best friend, not the person who drags you down. For so long, I was that person for myself. I was dragging myself down. I was the one telling me my dreams couldn't come true. I was the one holding myself back. But I'm not going to do that anymore. This is the year I face all my fears. This year, I'm going to make $100,000 in my business. This is the year that I am going to risk failure, risk rejection, but I am not going to reject myself. And I'm not going to let myself down this year. I've spent already 30 plus years, 35, 36 years, letting myself down in this way. But now I get to be the one to build myself up. I get to be the one to tell myself anything is possible. I get to be the one to make those dreams come true. You can do that too. Now, what I was talking about yesterday was it's okay to have goals and dreams and want to grow and evolve and have more than you have. You can be happy with what you have now and still want more, and it doesn't mean anything about you. It just means that you are meant for more, that you have bigger goals and dreams, and that you want to evolve. So it's not about not being happy where you are. It's about leveling up from where you are now. So keep that in mind. Telling yourself you don't know what to do, you don't know how, that you're overwhelmed, that's all a form of procrastination, and it's a dream stealer. Don't let it happen, and don't be the one to steal your own dreams. You can do this. You are worth it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to change anything in order to be worth it. You are already worth it. I believe it. Probably everybody around you believes it. But you need to believe it. I am so excited that this is day 15. I've gotten such great responses. Yesterday went through and looked at all of the comments, and I've gotten such great comments, amazing feedback from you guys, and it just fills my heart and it fills my soul, and it makes me so excited to get on here every day. That is amazing, because the first Facebook Live I ever did, I was literally shaking. My voice was shaking, and I had a stack of note cards about this big. I'm not kidding. Go back and watch it. With everything that I wanted to say, because I was so nervous. And now you guys are just making me feel so loved and so comfortable and so amazing. I can't imagine why I haven't been doing this before. And it's going to be so weird when this challenge is over. And I'm kind of excited to see what happens after that. Whether I continue to do Facebook Lives every day or, what's going to happen. So I am not going to be procrastinating anymore, well, at least today, for my webinar. And I'm going to pick a date, either today or tomorrow. I will announce the date. I'll probably announce it tomorrow on my Facebook Live. I'm going to announce the date and the time. And hopefully I will have a page ready where you can go and sign up for it. So it's going to be about difficult relationships. And so if you are interested in feeling better about relationships and the people in your life that you feel are difficult or challenging, that's what I'm going to be teaching you how to do it. The interesting thing is you can change an entire relationship without the other person even knowing it. I talk to my kids about this all the time. And I kind of tell them it's like a sneaky little way, kind of like a ninja. You're just like the relationship ninja. You can change it all without anybody even knowing, which is amazing. So think about who is that challenging person or relationship in your life that takes your energy and a lot of your time. Come to my webinar and I'm going to show you how to release it. I want to give you back the control that you feel like you've lost. And I want to promise you, you have not lost any of the control. But I'm going to show you how to take it back, harness it, and use it to your advantage and to actually improve the relationship. Even if you feel right now that it's in a relationship that you have to lose, I want you to be able to be happy in that relationship before you decide whether it's a relationship that you want to continue on with or not. So I've been on a little bit longer than I expected, and I've talked to you about a little bit more things than I thought, and I know we're all busy, and so I'm going to sign off. But if you are liking what I have to say, I just would like to encourage you to hit the like button, hit the share button if you know anybody else who might be interested. It really helps me out, and I really, really appreciate it. And that's what's going to be giving me all the fuel that I need to keep continuing to hop on here every day for another, 85 days. So yeah. So let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about. And also, if you are interested in learning more about these difficult relationships or procrastinating, any of the things I've talked about, I want to encourage you to get a hold of me and let's schedule a life strategy session. I know some of you out there are very interested in what that is, what it's going to be like, but you have some fears and you're nervous about it. So if you have any questions, please, please, please get a hold of me. I would love to answer any questions you have. I want to do 100 of these life strategy sessions for free during my 100 days of Facebook Lives. But I don't want you to wait till the last minute. Let's get it scheduled because it has to fit into my schedule and it has to fit into your schedule. And the sooner you get a hold of me, the more chances you'll have to find a time that is going to work for you. So don't be shy. If you have questions, concerns, whatever it is, please get a hold of me. No problem is too big or too small to work with, and I can help you on any issue you're having, I promise. If you don't believe me, I want you to challenge me and bring your worst and see what happens. Okay? The worst thing that could happen is that you're gonna not like what I do, and it's gonna be an hour of your time. But what if it is the most amazing hour of your life and you leave there with the tools to change everything? Most of the time when I work with somebody, it just takes 1 hour, that first hour with me, to get a complete paradigm shift, and that changes everything. All right, you guys, I want you to have an amazing day. Thank you so much for all the love, all the likes, all the shares. I can't, believe that this is my life. I am so excited to be able to do this and to bring you all the knowledge that I have and hopefully help you out in the process. So thank you so much for your support. I love you all. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.